Hey, so it's Sunday, the day before I leave for the All American, and I'm just packing up the truck, getting ready to hook the boat up and test everything out. So looking forward to it. We'll see how it goes. Today is Sunday the 8th, and getting ready for the All American. See ya. I figured I would show y'all what I bring on these tournaments. You know, if you're traveling a lot, I talked a little bit about it earlier when I was loading up. You know, there's always seems to be a situation come up that you don't expect. So let me show y'all what I've got in the truck. All right, so you can see I've got, you know, a big charger. It'd jump my truck, it'd jump the boat, it'd charge the boat. I've got cones to mark parking spaces. I've probably got 250 feet of electrical cord, like good thick electrical cord that conduct electricity well. Don't ever buy cheap extension cords. That's my advice. I always bring my boat cover because you never know what you're going to need. I think FLW has a storage lot for us, but I'm not sure. You know, as far as coolers go, there's a million different ones. I like the Yeti because it keeps my stuff cool for several days. I can buy like sandwiches and things and make enough of the whole tournament, and they'll keep in that cooler for the whole week. I've got a little bit of oil. You can kind of see it in the corner there. I'm definitely probably going to need more than that. Yeah, so just you can see some more electrical meters, you know, in case something's going on with my charging system, I can check that. And then I come over to the truck. You can see I've got some stuff to wipe the boat down with. I always use Quick Clean in my Mercury. I've used it for, I don't know, probably 15 years. I've never had any problems with it. I use Bass Boat Saver to wipe down my boat. I'm not sponsored by any of these guys. I mean, I guess Mercury, technically I am, but I bought their stuff long before I was sponsored by Mercury. Trust me on that. You know, I've got a spare prop, three blade. I've got a 4-blade on. And I've got my helmet. Always bring your helmet because you never know what the weather's like. And that's pretty much it as far as what I'm gonna pack for my truck. And next thing is I'm gonna start packing the boat. We'll see how that goes. All right, so I'm out here packing up, you know, putting a few extra things in the boat. I'm not taking much extra tackle at all. I just too much. I talked a little bit about it in an earlier video. I'm just not going to get sucked into it, but you know, I am going to take a few extra crankbaits in case I lose some, and I am going to take, you know, just a couple extra swim baits. One thing I figured out, if you know these big tournaments, the tackle shops know these big tournaments are coming, and quite frankly, sometimes they jack the prices up on tackle. So anytime you can take tackle that you think you might lose, it, you know, keeps you from buying 4 or 5 plugs or something like that in one of these shops, you know, you're saving yourself money. In fact, I think it's kind of ridiculous what they do sometimes with tournament fishermen, but I get it. These guys got to make a living. You know, and I support local tackle shops. It's just I know what they do for big tournaments, you know, specifically some of the regionals I fish. It just seems like, you know, one, there's a lot of competition for tackle to buy it, and two, the prices, you know, nothing's on sale, everything's full price because they know, hey, you got to buy the deals, you know, you got to buy the lures. So that's what I'm doing. You know, I'm not really bringing anything extra, but certainly some of the things that I think I will repetitively use that I may need, I'm going to bring. You know, I'm recording this before the tournament. I'll tell you straight up, my game plan is to fish my strengths, and that's more than likely going to be shallow. And I'm going to do a lot of power fishing and hope it works out. You know, I've got 1 day of practice. I don't know where any brush piles or cane piles are in that lake. I mean, and I'm not going to go out there and waste 6 or 8 hours of practice trying to drag around and luck into some point on a huge lake. You know, I'm going to fish shallow, and hopefully it works out. You know, so just so you know, I mean, what do I got tied on? I mean, you can see I got a top water bait tied on, walking style bait. You know, I figured that'd be something good for the fall. You know, I've got an Alabama rig with 3 hooks on it. I'm probably going to throw that some. You know, I've got a drop shot hooked up. I've got, you know, just your typical fall crankbaits hooked up, and that's what I'm going to do. I don't know if it'll work out or not. You know, I purposely did not pack some tackle for this tournament just because I know if I've got it in the boat, I'll want to run around and throw it, and I just think it's going to be a waste of my time and it's going to get me distracted. I'm going to, you know, do what I think I can catch fish doing, and that's it. And I hope it works. I hope I get on some good fish, and if it doesn't, then oh well. I'm gonna give it my best shot, and that's my game plan. And I think sometimes you have a tendency to overthink big tournaments, and guys, I know I do, you try to do too much and really just nothing works out. So I'm gonna go shallow, I'm gonna power fish, I'm gonna throw at every piece of cover I can find, I'm gonna try to cover a lot of water. It's the fall, and I'm gonna hope it works out. So it's the big night. So getting ready to leave for the All-Americans, big night, getting ready to hook the truck up to the boat and take off. I'm gonna drive maybe 3 or 4 hours, try to get up there so I don't have such a long drive tomorrow. I'm pumped up, I'm ready to go, looking forward to it, see what happens. Well, there she is, Lake Hartwell. We made it. On the way to registration, heading to Green Pond Landing. You know, it's Monday, day before practice starts, and looks like the water's not maybe as high as some of these guys said it was. I don't know. It's the first time I've seen it. It doesn't look bad at all to me. So hopefully we'll see some good weights this week and have some great fishing. Looks really good. Here we go.
Hey.
Hello. How are you?
I'm fine. I need you to fill that out. Everything's
Okay.
highlighted, and then take it over to the ladies over there in the white shirt.
Okay.
Hi. Same thing.
How you doing, ladies?
How are you?
I'm doing well. All right.
Well, you'd think I could, there we go. You'd think I could say my ABCs, but I can't. Don't throw that away, just got your check in it.
Oh,
It's got
okay.
money in it.
All right, got it. We'll not throw it away. Okay. Thank you, ladies. I appreciate it.
You a boater or clanger?
Boater.
Boater!
All right. Thank you, sir.
Okay, with you. There you go. That's yours.
Okay. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Well, good to see you, man.
Hey, thanks, man. Hey, what's going on, buddy? How you doing, man?
Incognito, I know. Masks and glasses. Hey,
Thanks,
throw that
man.
Yeti cup in that bag. I promise. I've heard one hit the ground already, and he wasn't happy.
Okay.
There you go, brother.
All right. Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Size shirt.
Are they small or big or what? How they run, you know?
They're 50% polyester, 50 cotton, so they're gonna shrink a little bit.
Yeah, give me a double XL.
And I see you go auto.
All right, buddy. I appreciate it. Thanks, man. Hey, thanks, sir.
Hey, how are you?
Hello.
What is your zip code?
It's 28460.
Where are you staying? In a hotel?
Yeah, the the Hilton Garden or something.
You're
Yeah,
good. How many nights are you staying?
4 nights.
And did you do any pre-practice?
Did not.
All right. Thank you so much.
All right, thanks.
Thank you, buddy.
You the picture man? All right, so here we go, official practice day. So I met my partner, really nice guy, comes from Chicago. You know, he had a long trip down here to fish. His name is Jeff Turner. He backed me in, and we got the boat squared away. And as you can see, you know, a lot of boats, a lot of people coming and going. You know, I'm trying to get my rods together. Jeff hops in the boat with me, and we're just kind of hanging out, waiting on the tournament to start. You know, at this point, I wasn't quite sure what I was going to do, but I really was planning on heading up one of the rivers. I just wasn't quite sure which lures I was going to throw and which one I was going, but I'm rigging up here, and a lot of the tackle that I had, you know, rigged up on my rods were basically what I fished back home. A lot of river stuff, you know, certainly some top waters. I had, you know, your typical, you know, chatterbaits. I had some, you know, a buzz bait on. I had, you know, some shallow water crankbaits, and I was really hoping that maybe I could get on something up one of these rivers and power fish like I had talked about in some previous videos. But you know, I get my stuff together. We're boat number 54, by the way, the last boat to launch. And so, you know, I'm kind of sitting here and I'm thinking, okay, everything's good. Then all of a sudden, somebody reminds me I got to go through boat check. So we're going through boat check here. You can see the national anthem is playing and the prayer is done. And so now we're just kind of waiting to take off. And you know, it was kind of neat to see a lot of the guys coming by in line, you know, watching them all go past. I will tell you, 90% of the field ran, you know, down towards the lower end of the lake. And, you know, frankly, I didn't do it. I went up the rivers. I went up the Seneca River. At this point, I don't, you know, think it's any secret. And I came underneath the first couple bridges here, and I saw some fish breaking on this, what I believe was a fish attractor. I'm not sure. And so I stopped and threw a little bit, and I was throwing a top water walking bait right here. But, you know, I've always heard these herring lakes, when it's overcast, they don't hit the top water too well. But we finally made it up the river, as you can see. And I'm covering a lot of water. You know, I'm throwing top water lure right here, and you can see it's pretty skinny up there. Not really a big place to fish at all. Ran way up the river. Actually found that the water was warmer up the river than it was down the lake. And I think really I ended up picking the wrong river to go up, to be honest with you. But I you know, fished up here for a while. We covered a lot of water, but quickly pulled the plug on it. so you can see ran shallow again, and I started doing a little bit of cranking. I caught the one fish that you saw, and then I quickly transitioned back out to throwing a drop shot. You know, I think ultimately that seemed to be what we had most of our bites on. You know, there was a few fish that we did catch that frankly I didn't put on video because I was trying to get this video out very quickly, and I think maybe you could see where some of these fish were at. Not that we had some great places, but hey, when these tournaments are this tough and you find a place that has a few fish on it, you really want to try to protect it. And I wasn't comfortable putting a couple of those catches on video just because I think a lot of guys could probably see where it was at. And I'm hoping to get this video released maybe even before the tournament starts. I don't know, we'll see. I've been working on it, but you can see we just, you know, spent a lot of time offshore throwing drop shots and hoping that maybe we could figure something out. But really it was just a grind everywhere we went. No matter what we did, it was a grind. So this is about it. I'm packing up my rods and we're fixing to head back to Green Pond Landing. You know, it was a really, really long day, and it rained on us a lot. You know, it seems like every tournament it's rained on me this year, and lost some footage again due to the rain because, you know, my GoPro isn't exactly completely waterproof. But it was a long day. We did catch some fish. I don't know how many we caught. I want to say we caught, I don't know, 7 or 8 fish. Not a whole lot between two guys, you know, throwing lures all day, and none of them were very big. And, you know, the prospects of this tournament are not really looking that good right now. I think I can catch some fish, but I really do not feel that comfortable with what I found. And, you know, the key is staying positive and thinking, okay, it didn't work out in practice, but you know what? Tomorrow is another day. And so that's the plan for the tournament. I'm going to go out there. I'm going to try some new areas. I'm not going to go back through some of the stuff I did in practice because I really didn't find anything that I think is going to help me win this tournament. You know, I'm trying to win this tournament. You know, everybody gets paid here no matter what, and so really you have to go for it. So my plan for tournament day is to go out and, you know, fish hard, throw some baits that I hope again will give you some generate some big strikes, and, you know, hope for the best. I'm not going to lay up on, you know, if I catch a small limit of spots, it's not because, you know, that was my intent, just to go out and catch a limit. My intent tomorrow is to try to generate some big bites and hopefully come in with a good bag. And I think, you know, just my guess is if you catch 10, 11 pounds a day, you're going to be doing really, really good in this tournament. So we'll see. Take care, guys. See what happens.